Hello guys, welcome back to Code Clink. So this time we're going to make an application from the scratch. So what we're going to do is we are going to delete everything. We're going to remove all this code and we'll start from the very beginning. Now, this code was generated when we made an offline project, but we're not going to use this code, so we're going to make a new one. So what we're going to do is we press Control A on our keyboard and then we press backspace. Now we're going to type from the very beginning. Now, first that we are going to type is void main. This is our main function, and then the open and closing curly braces or brackets. So when we type an open curly brace, automatically the closing brace will be displayed as well. So we're just gonna put the closing brace below, and then we're going to type run app. Now run app, these suggestions will come out if we have installed the Flutter and the Dart extension from here. Now, as you can see, there are three choices we can select. The first one, MA, so it's going to import a material.dart. The third one, CU, is going to import Cupertino.dart. Now, what's the difference between these two? Cupertino.dart is when we're going to develop an application for iOS. Since we are going to develop an application for Android, we can select this one, material.dart. So we can use widgets that look alike for Android applications. Now we're going to select this one. We're not gonna type everything, we're just gonna select. So automatically you have an import here, material.dart. Whenever we create another Dart file, there should always be an import of material.dart. We should always remember that. Now here in our main.dart, this will be read first when we run our program. So we have here run app. Now the app here, we will place here the name of the class that we're going to run. Before we do that, allow me to give you the naming conventions that we are going to use. First is the Pascal case, second is the camel case, third is the snake case. So if we want to make a class name, we should use this naming convention, the Pascal case. Pascal case is you capitalize the first letter of every word. Camel case is you only capitalize the first letter of the second word. Snake case is when you use underscore if you have two words. Okay, now you use Pascal casing for class names, camel casing for function names, and snake casing for the Dart file names. So let's type our class name. For example, your class name would be my app. Or let's say my recipe if you're fond of cooking. Then we put an open closing parenthesis. And then here type semicolon. Now, what's gonna happen here? It is still in red because we have to type first, we have to make first our my recipe class. So below, after the closing curly bracket, we're gonna type here our my recipe. So in order to do that, you type on your keyboard ST, then we will select here stateful W, which means stateful widget or a stateless widget. In this case, we will just select stateless widget. Automatically, name here is highlighted. So before you do anything, you type directly the name of your class, which is my recipe. My recipe. So you notice that my recipe and this here is automatically changed. The blue line or the zigzag line means it's a warning. And you can see that here in the problems. When you click problems, you will see here problems that you need to fix. If it is blue, it is only a warning. But if it is red, that's an error. You have to fix that. So now, here in our return, we change the widget container or container widget to material app. So we select this one. Then inside our parentheses, we always put the parentheses, closing parentheses below. So inside our material app, we will type here title. We will type here title, and our title is, let's say, Flutter project. Then let's save it. Let's put a single quote. Control S on your keyboard. Save. Now, as you can see, in our Chrome browser, we can see that the title of our app has been changed into Flutter project. Now, there will always be one material app in our program, and that is inside the main.dart file. Suppose we're going to run our login screen. Now, in our login screen, we are going to create another Dart file. Make sure that we follow this naming convention for our Dart file name. So all your Dart files will be inside the live folder. If you want to create another folder, you can do so. How are you going to do that? You only right click the live folder and then you select new folder. Then we're going to type here the name of the folder. Let's say pages. Then inside the pages folder, we right click again and we select new file. Then we're going to type here login underscore screen dart. So the naming convention that we used is the snake case. For all the Dart files that have two words, we use the underscore, not space. We do not capitalize also the name of the Dart files. After that, we press enter. Now we are inside our login screen .dart file. Here, as what I have told you, there will always be an import of material.dart in every Dart file. This one. So what we're going to do is just to copy this one and paste it here. Don't worry about the yellow line. Now, type on your keyboard ST, stateless and stateful. We select the stateful widget. Again, do not click anything, directly type, let's say, login screen. Now, this is the naming convention that we use in our class name, Pascal case. Pascal case or casing is we capitalize the first letter of every word. So as you can see, I've capitalized L and I've capitalized S. After that, I click anywhere. Now return container. Again, we are going to change container to scaffold. We do not change this to material app because there will always be one material app, and that is inside the main.dart file only. Now for other Dart files, you can use scaffold. Scaffold is like the screen of your phone. So from there, we're going to add more widgets to design application. Now, we're going to save this one. Let's go back to our main.dart. And in here, material app has a property of title, and we have set the title to Flutter project. Now, another property is home. It's already selected. We press enter on our keyboard. Then we type here the name of the class that we are going to call. This class, login screen. So login screen. As you can see, I have here suggestions. And it has here auto import from package testing. Whether you select this or you select this, it's up to you. Let me select this one or this one. As you can see, automatically there's an import. Now what's going on? Whenever we call another class from another Dart file, it should be referenced here. So if I'm calling login screen from the login screen.dart file, there should be an import here. Okay, now let's save it. So it's still blank because we did not add anything. It's easy for us to debug our login screen because we placed it inside another Dart file. So in this way, it is easy for us to change our login screen if we want to change something by going directly to the login screen.dart file. Now from here, in our scaffold, we can add another widget. Let us say, for example, we want to add a text widget.